Welcome to episode 16 of the Gingerspyce Dragonborn project. In this episode, I'm going to be doing a Reaper 2 Skull Von 3, also known as Jungle of Khyber, with a couple of my guildies. Now, I'm doing the intro separate because it was just we did that on the fly, but I'm just going to splice this in the beginning because I want to go over the gear and stuff that I'm using. Now, if you're a little bit newer to the game, you might not recognize where I am. I wanted to mention that. I am in the Portable Hole, which is a place that you can get to only by teleporting or greater teleporting. And this is a very useful place for arcanes and a lot of others too. You can get all kinds of scrolls in here. There's all kinds of scroll vendors here. Level 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 scrolls available here. And then you got more stuff available on the other side. And then you got your wizard and your sorcerer, and your warlock trainers down here. There's a bar. So, if you are new, I want you to know that you have that resource available to you. So if you need to get like scrolls of greater heroism, or scrolls of fire shield, or all kinds of just sort of general use scrolls that are good to have with you. Stone to flesh, so you can get your friends out of being stoned when you're doing the Gibbers End fight. True Sing. Greater teleport scrolls you can get upstairs. Good stuff. But I was reminded because I didn't have scrolls of greater heroism in the video. So that's why they're here on the first page. I also picked up this toy, which is something I've been using on Voodoo. I talked about it in a video recently. I just love this thing, and I didn't know. I mean, this thing's been around for a long time. I knew it had the Gust of Wind clicky, but it was just 3 charges, whatever. But what I didn't know is that these recharge over time. It's not 3 per rest, and they recharge pretty quickly. So this is a really nice, handy clicky to have to blow out persistent AoEs, like dancing balls, like blade barriers, like sleet storms, and ice storms and firewalls, and these kinds of things can all be blown out with Gust of Wind. There's some other spells like Cyclonic Blast that can do that too. But it's really nice to have a clicky, especially if you're on a class that doesn't cast those spells. So this is something I wouldn't have had on Gingerspyce traditionally, because Gingerspyce is druid and can cast this spell, but I'm doing a Sorc life right now. So I found this in the end reward. It comes from some of the end rewards in Three Barrel Cove. And so I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll take it. Hell yeah, sign me up. Also worked up to the next tier. These are the level 8 lesser petrifying rune stones. So these are, I've been pushing these in my videos recently. These are so awesome in Reaper questing. You see a champion, boom, you can petrify it. It's so awesome. You gotta get some. You don't need to have high crafting levels to make these, especially like the level 3 and the level 8 ones. I mean, you can get to where you need to be to craft these just by deconstructing, some junk. So make yourself some petrifying runestones, would you? Great for heroics. You're not going to work in epics, but heroic reapers, hell yeah, it's good stuff. So we'll talk about the gear since this is open. I got my level 7 stuff on now, and a lot of it, it's just stuff I was using last life. This is a placeholder. I should be looking for something better. I haven't bothered, but I should have something better here. In any event, Wisdom's helping my will save. It's got True Sing, and then Master's Gift in the color slot. Now I have my robe. It's the same robe as before, but I have the Sapphire of Heavy Fortification in there now. And there are some collectible traders that you can get that from for 12 shards. Or you can get one from Lahar, the Epic Trader, in the 12 for 20 tokens of the 12. Electrical Absorption 15% and Invulnerability on there. Braces of Wind got up to the level 9 version now. So now I've got Dodge on there, in addition to Higher Magnetism and Lightning Lore, as well as the All-On Blur. So let's see, I had this last life as well. False Life 12, Fire Absorption 15, Diamond Dexterity 2. So level 7 craftable. Sheltering 11, Dexterity 5, Topaz of Feather Falling. Another level 7 craftable, healing amplification 17, wizardry 88, nothing in the green slot. Another level 7 craftable, ice lore 10, glaciation 66. So the dodge is redundant. I probably just need to slot up the strength or fit it in elsewhere and then figure out something else. Well, at level 11, I'm going to have my green steel belt anyway, so I'll probably just keep using this for now. We'll see. Maybe I've got a death block belt, actually, that I should probably put on to have all on death block. Still got the Fjarlin Mirror Cloak. Spell resistance 17, I think is probably still decent, you know, for level 9. I probably don't want to be wearing this too terribly much longer, but it's still there for now. It's a level 7 crafted trinket. Resistance 4, spell save 4, big saves. A level 5 craftable, charisma 4, constitution 4. A level 5 craftable, spell focus mastery plus 2, and persuasion, which helps my UMD, and well, all charisma based skills. But really, that's there for the UMD. Sapphire protection 2, did I have that elsewhere? Maybe not. And then the shield is still the same level 3. Just really, this was just about having 5 extra PRR than anything else. I know some of you are probably thinking, you need to be using an orb. Well, I don't have any orbs and I just don't care. And this is just some fun weapon I found. You know, it's Vorpal. You know, I don't even swing it around that much. It's just, I didn't really, this is just a, you know, a throwaway slot for me for this life, at least for now. Alright, enhancements. So I have 2 action points to spend. I mean, I got 2 out of doing the Von 3, but so this is the way it looked when I went in. And so I got rid of Hoarfrost here, and I got rid of a point of charisma because, you know, I was at, well, it shows them at an odd number, but with the Reaper, when I step into Reapers, I get the extra point of charisma from here. So I didn't need the point of charisma here, so I backed that off, got rid of the Hoarfrost so I could spend a little bit more points here. I got the Dragon Breath now, and so this is the electrical Dragon Breath. It looks pretty cool from the side, from the player's perspective, though. It almost looks like you're throwing like flakes around or something. It's kind of weird from the player's perspective, but it does definitely look cool from the side. And I've got some, you know, hit points and heal lamp up the side here. And then I think I'm going to go for some PRR. Might as well just spend that right now, right? So on the, nothing new on the Reaper side, I don't think, since last video. Actually, the point of charisma might have been new since the last video. Up to 11 points now. On the feat side, I took Heighten spell. So that's increasing the DC of like my Nyax, my SLA of Nyax, actually all my lower level spells. And so the way that works, if you're newer and unfamiliar with it, is that basically it treats lower level spells as if they were equivalent to your highest castable level. So like a spell like Nyax, the SLA is just treated as a level 1 spell. For when it's heightened, it's treated as a level 4 spell. And so it would actually raise the DC by 3. For web, it would raise the DC by 2, for example. There's the DC for Snowball Swarm. Yep, so it would raise the DC of that by 2. Oh, is there a save on this one? Save 32-4. Successful Fortitude save reduces the damage by half. Okay, so that would increase Frost Lance by 1. So the spells I picked up just this past level were Dimension Door, Frost Lance, and I thought I picked Command Undead up just because I don't really have anything against undead. The only thing I can do against them right now is spam electric loop, and that doesn't do much damage. So I thought I'd try it. I've never really dealt with that spell before, and I haven't used it since I picked it up, but we'll see. Wasn't really anything else too terribly exciting at level 2 that was screaming that I should get, so I just picked it up just to try it out. I also picked up Haste and Charm Monster. Those are new since last video, I believe. So the charming thing, I talk about it a little bit while we're doing the quest, but when it's working awesome. I just love it, and you charm a couple champions and they just wreck everything. But if I'm fighting mobs that I can't charm, then sometimes I have a hard time right now. So I remember I said that I played all the savants up to 20. And I said that cold was my favorite. Well, what I distinctly remember, and that was years ago, what I distinctly remember is once I got like Cone of Cold and Odalux Freeze and Sphere, I was just wrecking everything. I mean, I remember thinking this is just amazing. Just kiting big groups of mobs and just sort of running backwards and shooting those 2 spells, and just shooting those 2 alone would just erase anything in front of me. That could take cold damage. Now, I don't expect it's going to be that powerful in Reaper, because our damage is attenuated, but I'm still looking forward to the day that I get Cone of Cold and Odalux Freezing Sphere. Let's see, what else? I guess that's all to mention. Alright, on to Reaper 2 Skull, Levon 3. Alright, let's do it. Oh, he's gonna help us fight in the next room. He's our buddy now. Certainly is nice having a trapper in here on Reaper mode. So things have been a struggle a little bit. You know, if the charms work, they've been working really well, but you know, if I'm facing stuff that, you know, the cold spells aren't hitting, the charms aren't hitting, it just becomes really, really, I mean, just pretty much impossible. I'll release this caster here. Never mind, he's already released. Oh, there's the electrical dragon breath. It's pretty crazy looking. I just picked it up for the first time. Looks really weird from, you know, the player's perspective, but it looks kind of cool from the side. Stone Champion. These flame strikes and these reaper quests are just deadly, especially when you get on higher skulls. It can be, I mean, it could take out an entire party if everybody's grouped together, so that's sort of one of the things that you kind of got to watch out for. And only half the damage on a flame strike is fire damage, and the other half is like holy damage. Good damage. Plague Reaper. See if I can charm him. Nope. I'm level 9 now. I think I can use heal scrolls. See what chance I have for that. Thought I had some. 65, it's not real good, but it is a big hit. Tear Reaper. After we clear this group, I'm gonna use that last shrine. Oh shit. Oh, here they are. I'm gonna go use the shrine. I'll throw you a couple buffs. Oh, okay. I'll release this guy. Tried to solo just the entrance, the pre-quest on R3. I tried like 3 times and I couldn't do it. It's the group right at the end, right before you finish it, where the door. There's so many soothsayers I can't overcome. By that point, I'm pretty much out of mana and I can't overcome their self-healing. It's ridiculous. There's so many mobs there. Even when I'm just charming all the non-soothsayers, soothsayers are harder to charm. They have higher will saves. Makes sense. They're probably like clerics, like wisdom based. Definitely don't care for this playstyle. It used to be, you know, when I first started playing DDO, it used to be more my thing, you know, staying in the back and jumping around like a jackass. But I really want to get in the middle of stuff, and I have to keep catching myself, you know, let other people go first and just being a little more squishy than I'm used to. Like right here, I just want to run in and forget that I shouldn't be grabbing aggro. At least not initial aggro. Distracted. The electric breath is doing that sort of sideways thing when you're running backwards and shooting it, which is, it doesn't seem like it's hitting mobs in front of you. You know, there's no reason for it to shoot off to the side when you're running backwards. Pale lavender on. He's a champ. And stoned. These long distance ray spells sure are nice for boulders. Don't have that kind of thing on the druid. And I get everything enlarged too, so my snowball swarm can be shot from really far away, and my charms. I'm going back to grab that last shrine. There's a lot of mobs to fight coming up, so I really like to be topped off. If you didn't fall all the way down, you can actually climb up, but it's tricky. I've forgotten how few skill points the sort gets, so I'm finding myself pretty starved. I wish I had started with the 12 intelligence instead of the 10. I think I started with 12. I mean with 10, I'm not sure. I don't know. Just wanted to max out spellcraft so I can get heal scrolls off and use wands, you know, the best wands as soon as possible. I've been pretty good about the wands. The wands I've had, I think at level 7 I had an 80% chance to use the cure critical. So today, here I am level 9, basically the midpoint of the second life, and I just posted the first episode of the series today. It's like an hour ago. That's how far ahead I am of things. I got a whole bunch of videos ready to go. And using a whole different set of spells that I'm not used to using. And web is something I never got the hang of using in years ago. And I've been trying to trying to use it. It just seems, you know, my issue that I had with it years ago is it just seems like it had such a small area of effect, you know, but that sort of didn't match the graphic. But I'm trying to become more attuned to it. You try to go in there alone, Gijo. Come on now. Ready to do this, Elg? Can't wait till I get the SLA of Frostlands. It's a nice spell. I'm not even about to pull aggro. I am just going to hang back and shoot ray spells from a distance. Thank you very much. And a Reaper. Wonderful. Remnant. The actual quest is easier than the pre-quest. We did the pre-quest on R3 and it was really rough in that same spot that I was talking about right before you finish it. Just so many soothsayers that, you know, I had to like kite a bunch of them around while they were pulling them off one by one. And pretty ridiculous. I have no idea if I can stand up to this guy. Go ahead, Elg. I'll just keep you healed, buddy. At least I'll try. You're all kinds of messed up. So I just saw that he was feared. So I did the PDK thing. Of course, I'm level 9 now. I should have scrolls of greater heroism. Shame on me. I probably have them actually in my inventory. lucky on these heal scrolls. I haven't failed one yet. Nice teamwork. Hell yeah. Good job, guys. What do we get for that? How much Reaver? 807. Not bad for 2 skulls. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube. If you have questions about, well, I'm not doing my druid build, so if you have questions about my druid build, you can respond in my druid build post in the druid forums.